on YouTube. So we are live for the Liverpool Everton game. This is the first live stream. I'm still trying to set it up. So bear with me. All right, so that's the confirm lineup. The game has started. Let's see. I'll probably just live stream just the first half, and that should be it. I'm not gonna do the. I mean, we'll see. All right, guys. My match time is 4 minutes right now. You're not watching the match. I'm on live. Okay. I'm gonna get my headset somewhere.
Alexander Arnold and Salah on that side trying to link up again. Liverpool seem to be enjoying some success down the Everton right.
Are you getting me?
Yeah.
Right. Well, live now. I don't know because I did live from YouTube, so hopefully it's
Yeah, it's on
recorded.
YouTube.
Oh, it's on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, cool. Well, live now. I don't know because I did live from YouTube, so hopefully it's
Yeah, it's on
recorded.
YouTube.
Oh, it's on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, cool. Gang Elijah is coming on stage. There's a way that we can make it private after, right? If you don't want it to be public. Okay. So we'll probably just use this one as a test stream. This one. Okay. All right, guys. We're just testing how the live stream looks like. Where is the page? Like, you're muted if you're saying anything.
Yeah. Yeah, we're just testing it to see how good it is. Sound quality, image, everything. Yeah, we're just testing it to see how good it is. Sound quality, image.
Perfect. Reduce this.
That was a robust tackle from Ashley Young. Robust.
Actually, young is people. This last England match that played, who was in the poll? Was it Pickford or was Ramsdale?
Pickford.
Oh.
It was
England's
Pickford.
number one.
That's why Ramsday is saying he needs more playing time so that he wants to give the manager a headache, so that Pickford don't feel like it's a permanent position for him. He wants to give the manager some thinking. But
He's not even playing at the club, so
unfortunately, Ateta says he needs to do better so that when he's given the opportunity, and then he shows his best. I thought he did better last year. Honestly,
yeah.
I did not know he'll be taken out of the goalposts, permanently. I thought he was going to be the Champions League goalkeeper, and the present goalkeeper is going to be the league goalkeeper if they had it that way. But he's not even.
I didn't think that would make sense. The move didn't make sense to me, bringing Raya in, because it just takes away the confidence of your previous number one. We've never seen what Arteta's trying to do, talking about bringing goalkeeper competition. So it's weird, because that's the one position where you want the player to be like super confident and not think too much, because the slightest doubt in their mind could cost you so much. So I didn't see the need for it. If he was gonna bring in Raya, I think he should have just told Ramsdale, hey, you're our number two now until further notice. I don't get the whole you play 3 games and come in the next 2 or play 2 games. I think, to me, it doesn't make sense.
Well, we'll see how that works out.
Yeah, I think I agree, and honestly, be mindful that Ramsdale was voted the Players Player of the Year, and the players of Arsenal is a very hard team of people to please. But he was voted the Players Player of the Year, and that has to mean something. You can't just take someone as good as that, and then you just sideline him permanently on the bench. If the other guy came and he fought for the position, it would have been more reasonable. But it's not like there was a tussle or a fight. He just came and the spot was given to him. So I don't feel like
Exactly.
Ramsdale was given a fair trial
A fair
in my
trial.
opinion. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you. It wasn't like he had a stretch of bad games or mistakes where it was like, oh, now your time is up. It was just like, oh, we're getting this dude, and oh, now you're on the bench. It's like, what did he do wrong? Because every goalkeeper makes mistakes like he did last season, but it was nothing that cost you guys. I didn't go into a game thinking, oh, Ramsdale is going to be the reason why you guys lose. I don't think you guys win either. So it's weird just seeing the whole dynamic shift now, just because, Raya came into the team. I'm facing the same issue with Onana right now, and it's freaking weird because they're like, oh, should you drop Onana? I'm like, no, you keep him. Like, let him build that confidence that he needs. Obviously, it's not been a good stretch for him so far as he's come to United. It's not the start he wished he had, but you keep him to see if that confidence could come. I mean, we're like, what, game week 9? You don't drop a player after 9 games in the Premier League. I don't care who it is. Like, because what happens now? He's lacking confidence. You drop him. What's next? Does that let the player gain more confidence?
Ask,
No,
ask, ask Mourinho.
no. There's a reason why Mourinho's not in the Prem no more.
I mean, it's not because he doesn't want to be in the Prem. If he wants to be in the Prem, he's going to be in the Prem. It's Mourinho.
I don't think so. I mean, I don't get what Liverpool's doing here. Jesus Christ, they're missing so many open goals.
What's the time on your match?
16:45.
Okay. Let me hit this thing and see if you can. Can you hear my game? The sound of my game?
No.
Okay, perfect.
Speaking of Onana, that's a whole different ball game. You guys got a midfielder for a goalkeeper, and I don't even understand the point. De Gea he had the Golden Globes in the Premier League. He had the most saves. I don't know. Ten Hag just keeps trying to go to Ajax and keep buying his former players to come and represent them in Premier League. Premier League is not. It's not the league in Holland. It's not some of the. They are good leagues, but it's not Premier League. Premier League is a hard, speedy league. Onana cannot keep standing in at midfield and thinking those guys are not gonna lob him. He is a disgrace at the moment. That guy can't represent that club and the fans. It's terrible.
No, I
In my
think
opinion,
Onana is doing the job that he was brought in to do. The problem is it's the back line. He doesn't have that back line that he had at Inter. And also the game plan that they are playing at United doesn't match what Inter was playing. I know they were playing a 3 at the back, but here they're playing a 4, and also the caliber of players that they have at the back at United. Who do you guys have? Masha, not Masha. What's this guy's name? The short guy.
Martinez.
Martinez. I think he's out injured.
Yeah.
You have
Luke Shaw was out injured.
Out injured. Luke Shaw is out injured. So basically, they're left with Maguire,
Johnny Evans.
Can you imagine?
I mean, I think, like Brian said, you're right. I think the reason we didn't bring Onana in for his shot stopping, we brought him in for the style of play which we saw he could do. The problem is we haven't gotten the players, or we didn't get the players to complement his style of play. No one will ever think Onana is a better shot stopper than De Gea. Like I told Brian a couple videos ago, if it meant us taking, let's say, 5 extra goals, but us playing or having a more controlling style of the game, I think that's what Ten Hag was probably looking at, because it's not like the clean sheet doesn't always correlate with the goalkeeper. I mean, the defense last season that United had was phenomenal. Like Martinez, Varane, Wan-Bissaka, and Luke Shaw, they played their hearts out a lot of those games. So I think that contributed to the Golden Glove. So It's a lot that went into it. I just think Onana, he's playing bad right now, like you said, but I don't think dropping him helps the situation. I think
Well,
you keep him
well,
there and you wait
no,
and see because he's on a 5-year contract. You can't drop him now. Who do you put on the field?
you
We have
you guys you guys are good at signing people on long term contracts and getting them away. You
I
sign
mean,
Mourinho, you sign coaches, and you've had them leave the club. At the moment, the only thing Onana is good at is taking blames. He comes after every match and he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm to blame." What do you do after the match? He does nothing after the match. The next game, he's worse than the first game, and now he's increased the morale of the strikers and the midfielders, and they just kick from any distance now because they know that they can have a go at him, and he's not gonna be able to even get the balls. He's like a loose cannon, just like an empty
so
basket.
are you suggesting we drop him and put who? The backup you've never seen before?
Yes,
And
try out the backup. You haven't even tried out
okay,
the backup.
what happens if you that's what I'm saying. The coach and the players see the backup in training. That's what I want to believe. If you throw that backup out there right now and he doesn't perform, what do you do? Now you're stuck with two goalkeepers who are not confident. There's a reason why he's a backup.
Well, if you give that backup a try now and he doesn't perform, then you start thinking about the January market. A top
You
class
can't.
club like
I
Man
mean,
United doesn't need one goalkeeper. You need two good goalkeepers,
no,
two
no, no,
outstanding goalkeepers.
no, no,
So you
no,
can't have Onana alone who is messing up everything,
no.
and you just
We
sit
can't.
there and say he was
We
giving him a
can't.
5 years contract. If
No,
you need to try the backup is not good. Okay, you know what? We are going into the market in January. We're trying to get another goalkeeper. You can't
no,
keep
no,
doing a
no.
try and error in
We
Manchester
can't.
United. It keeps going in, year out.
No,
You're in the
no, no,
Europa
no,
League
no, no,
now.
no, no,
Manchester
no,
United
no,
is not even a contender for Champions League. It's a
no.
it's a shame.
We can't look at getting a goalkeeper in the January market because there's no one out there first of all, and you just signed this goalkeeper to a 5-year contract, and your backup too was brought from the Turkish league. I forgot what team. So you can't just throw them out there. And if every player was given just 9 or 10 games to show what stats, I mean, a lot of players would not be playing right now. I
How
think
many games do we have in the league?
37 or
So
36.
for a top class club like Manchester United, when you lose two games, how do you find yourself? Where do you find yourself on the league table? They don't have that. They don't for a club like United. They don't have that flexibility of losing games. Yeah, we could talk for maybe for middle class clubs, but for United, for Chelsea, for Manchester City, Liverpool, these are clubs which can afford to lose two games in a row. And if that fault is coming out from the goalkeeper, match in, match out, that guy needs to be dropped. He can't. We can't keep trying him out, and you say he's been there just for 9 games. That's a lot of games. He's been
No,
messing
no,
up.
no.
Try out the second goalkeeper.
I'm not saying you can't drop him. I'm just saying the repercussions of you dropping him if the backup doesn't work is worse than you keeping him in there and trying to see if it's his confidence issue. Because you have a good goalkeeper in Onana. It's not like, oh, he's a bad goalkeeper. We've seen him play for Inter, and Ajax and Cameroon. He's a good goalkeeper. We all know that. So we're just trying to figure out, okay, is it a confidence issue at United? So it's not like this dude is a scrub that was picked up from the field. Is Onana a good goalkeeper? Yes. So we're just trying to figure out, is it the confidence? Is it the style of play? What is it to get the goalkeeper that we saw at Inter last year? I mean, he had the cleanest the highest number of clean sheets in the Champions League last season. That's not a fluke. He was one of the best goalkeepers in the Champions League and Serie A last season. That's not a fluke. So us just getting up now after 9 games in the Prem and saying, "Oh, send him away." That's for what? This is not a 20-year-old rookie who you're just trying out. This is a proven goalkeeper in several different leagues.
I think
And
I,
you drop him for someone who hasn't played on the big stage yet, and you're bringing him into Manchester United. I mean, I get what you're saying because a lot of the goals have been not. Let me not say a lot of the goals. Some goals have been goals where it's like, okay, you can stop. The other goals, I would say most of the goals are on the defense fault. Has he had some blunders like, oh, why didn't you save that? Yeah, but I'm not gonna use that to highlight how many every years of his career that we've seen him play. I think it's a confidence issue. I think you should keep playing him to try to build that confidence and get more reps with the team, and we'll see from there. That's like Boris saying yesterday, oh, we should drop Rashford because he's been the worst player so far. What does that help with the team? He was one of our best players last season because he's having a rough stretch right now. Do you just get up and like, oh, you're not having a good stretch right now, we drop you? Those players perform sometimes in the biggest moments. If they're having a rough patch, I think you stick with them.
All in all, United is cropped, man. You guys are
Honestly, at the moment, you guys could just at this point could just take Team B because the confidence of all those guys, all the 11 guys, is just like when Mourinho came out of one of the Chelsea matches some years back and said that he made 11 mistakes. At the moment, even the United has 12 mistakes because even the coach is a mistake. At the moment, we could just take even the Team B coach, including his squad, and you try them out for the Premier League games because United, even when they get into a match right now, if it's a championship club, just before the kickoff, that club is already one up in their mind. They know they are one up. They know that the confidence of those guys there, from Onana to Maguire and everybody in that field. Casemiro, who even played better last year. This year he's a mess. All those guys there, their confidence is about at most 30%. United is crap. And you guys had potential great buyers who wanted to spend money in the club, but unfortunately, our owners were not into the deal. I believe that was a very good deal for improvement for the club.
Now we're talking about real issues. Thank you for bringing that up. We're talking about real issues now. We have greedy owners who don't know how to run the football club, but only to use it to line their pockets up. So I agree with you on that point, but I just think we're going through a transition phase right now, and we'll get through it. It's fine. You guys don't believe, but we believe. I know. I'm sitting here getting barraged from a Chelsea fan. Jesus Christ. Last I checked, you're below me at the table. You're no better off than me. So
oh no, you guys are just there temporarily.
if Brian was talking, I'll be like, oh, okay.
Before the end of January, United will be far way down because you guys are a mess. Chelsea has picked up. And I'm gonna prove that to you. And I'm gonna prove that to you in the match today with Arsenal. The most Arsenal is gonna get out of that game is a draw. I'm gonna prove that to you in the match against Arsenal today. Our guys are beginning to perform better. They are beginning to now win matches. At the beginning, it was sloppy, but now we are getting there. United has been sloppy for the past 4 years.
Brian, this is where I start regretting my pick yesterday. Because I know if I start talking now, you're like, oh, okay.
There's no need to talk too much. I know that we're gonna trash Chelsea today. These two scrappy wins that you guys have won, these two scrappy wins you guys have had, it's gonna come to an end. Don't worry.
This what's the name of this Ukraine guy in Arsenal who left Man City?
Ukraine, Zinchenko.
Remember towards the end of the league last season, he was crying when they lose games. I think he's gonna cry early today. So I'm sure Brian is gonna join them today when they start their crying pace, along the way to the end of the season.
It's gonna be a trashing today. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Are we not gonna be here? You're gonna be here live. You'll be here live. Man, what are these guys playing now? Give me a goal. Offside.
Oh my God, Liverpool.
Shandites.
I mean, I think a lot of people are also looking at our record right now and how we're playing and not considering factors like the injuries we've been dealing with so far. I think we've probably had like 7 players who've been out so far with like non-contact injuries. We have not played a stretch of games where like our full starting 11. We probably played just one full game, and so I think it's also unfair to just. I mean, I don't know what's going on with the training of the staff or it's the number of games that are being played right now, but Wan-Bissaka goes down with a non-contact injury. Luke Shaw's out with the non-contact injury. Martinez is out. Varane's been in and out. Reguilon, who we ran and bought and got on a loan, came, played 2 games, and went out on an injury. I mean, I think we had a defense at one point with Amrabat, Johnny Evans, Maguire, and Delo. So us using that as a measuring stick and saying, "Oh, United's been shit." I mean, I hope you would not want your midfielder playing as your left back and 35-year-old Johnny Evans and 28-year-old Maguire on your defense, and they look at you and say, "Oh, your club is shit." I get the players. Why do we still have those players? Fair argument, but we have them, and I don't think it's a fair assessment to say, "Oh, they've been shit." Looking at the players that have had the opportunity to play so far.
But you guys have been shit, man. You should not be even making that
Yeah,
argument.
but no. But you have to add the
Why
context.
do you guys?
You can't just say we've been shit like we've had our full squad. Not if Arsenal for the most part have played with their full squad this season.
No, we've had
Now,
injuries.
now you started talking about full squad. These are those complaints I hate from top teams who have become mid-table teams talking about full squad. When you're shitty, you're shitty. It's not about a full squad, a medium squad, a half squad, or a one squad. If you're shitty, you're shitty.
No.
Brighton
Okay.
can have 5 of their players away and they'll still perform best because everybody has the winning mentality. They have that winning mindset. Everybody in Brighton right now, they have a 90%. The mindset of winning is 90%. Everyone there are top notch. It doesn't matter if someone is on injury or whatever. You don't bother about a full squad. Those players who are playing currently, those are highly paid top players. Those are top players. So they should perform at their level. It's not a matter of a full squad. So
Okay.
we can't keep complaining about it. They are shitty.
No. You can't look at a team that has a top squad because United is a top team. I get you can't compare playing Arsenal Brighton who's become good to play United. It's different. If Arsenal or Chelsea come to play United, it's a different ball game. It's not the hype or the pressure behind that is not the same as we're gonna go play Brighton. So you can't use that as both and say, well, if Brighton's playing their backup and they're playing that good, those are 2 different games, and you can't sit here and say they're not. Like Chelsea Arsenal, yeah, I mean, you guys are gonna take that game very seriously because that's a London derby. If Chelsea's playing Brighton, yeah, they just became good, but it's not the same. You can't compare that to Chelsea playing Arsenal. And it's the same thing with United. When we go to go play, everyone has a target on our back. Do I like that? I love it. It's good. But at the same time, you can't sit here and tell me my defense hasn't played. My number 1 squad has not played more than 2 games together, and you tell me, because they're players and they're getting paid. My backups, they're backups for a reason. My backups should be playing to the level of my starters. That doesn't make sense. For the most part, when Nicholas Jackson went down, I think at the start of the season, that was no one would look at you and be like, "Oh, Chelsea's not scoring goals." Oh, your backup should just slide in and be like, "Oh yeah, now I'm Nicholas Jackson." Like he's a backup for a reason. Like there's great players and there's good players and there's average players for a reason. You can't just slot in there just because you're starting now. All of a sudden, you become Cristiano Ronaldo, or we expect you to become Cristiano Ronaldo because you're getting paid or you're playing 90 minutes now. No, it doesn't work like that. If Saka goes down and you bring in who's the dude that Reece Nelson, do you think Reece Nelson would produce the same way Saka does? Or should we look at them now and be like, oh, Reece Nelson should produce the same because he's getting paid and he's a top club like Arsenal? Like, no, you take the player who is a backup, and hey, if as long as he gives you his best, you take it. So it's not about an excuse of, we haven't had a full squad, because we actually have not had a full squad since the season started. So it's not an excuse. Analysis is not justification.
That's basically what you just did right now.
Analysis is not
You
justification.
know,
So
it's
I'm
funny.
giving. I'm
After
giving.
after fully justifying, then he says it was not a justification.
No. I'm analyzing the situation to give more context to you, because you can't just say, "Oh, Manchester United's been shit." You have to add more context to it. And if you add more context, it doesn't mean you're justifying the situation. You're just giving the people or adding more context to the situation so you can make a better understanding of it. Does that mean if we get relegated, it'll be like, oh yeah, we just like, oh yeah, we got relegated? No, you just add more context. You got relegated because blah 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 blah. That doesn't mean you're justifying why you got relegated.
Well. You
You
know,
just add more
speaking of
context to it.
relegation, the way United is playing at the moment, if they get relegated, it's not gonna be a
I
shocker for a lot
mean,
of
stop.
people.
Nah, no,
It's not
no,
gonna
no,
be a
no.
shocker for a lot of people.
I mean,
It's all
like
right. I
you're
mean, United.
acting like the United we're playing right now is worse than the Chelsea you had last
No, no,
season.
no,
You
no.
had like three
I've
managers
told you,
last season. And
watch out for the match
no.
today.
Watch out for which
Look at
match? I mean, you
look at
played bad for
football.
like a season and a half, and now you want to sit here and talk about watch out for a match
Look at
today?
you
Oh
guys have
man,
been bad since
now Chelsea fans are starting to
you
get on
guys
my
have been
nerves.
bad ever
Jesus
since Sir
Christ.
Alex left. Ever since Sir Alex left, you guys have been bad.
When
So
when last were you guys good?
we were good 2 years ago.
What did you win 2 years ago?
I mean, we didn't win anything, but
Thank
we
you
were
very
good.
much. So what's the difference between me and you?
The difference between me and you is that you guys play shitty football.
And you're not playing shitty football?
Just at the moment.
You gotta get guys a bit
All right. Well, speaking of the Liverpool match, it seems Ashley Young is about to get something. Yep, and he's up.
Oh, that's a red.
That's a red. He's off.
Oh my God. This just got more interesting.
Oh my god. How will you do that?
I have to see that again. How did he get 2 yellows in 36 minutes? That's that United blood.
Yeah, you guys sell players.
Oh, come on. That's not a second yellow. Come on, that's weak.
It's gonna be a long afternoon now for Everton.
I think this is gonna sit back now.
Yeah.
I predicted, I think, 2-0 for this game. Right?
What's that?
What was my predictions for this game? 2-0
Um,
or 2-1?
you win 2-0.
2-0, okay. It's looking good so far.
If you did 2-0, Boris did 2-1, I did 2-2. So if the match draws, I take the point. I get 1 point.
You know, this match is the match just started. This is zero. This is the beginning. The match started at the 48th minute. From now, Haynes, like from now to the 95th minute, the field is gonna be divided into one half.
This Everton, man. Everton can hold this game.
Don't worry about that thing. That was Everton. You're talking about Everton's 4 or 5 years ago. This is not Everton. This is
No.
just a ton of green leaves. There is nothing about this Everton.
Means you've not been watching Everton's games, man. Hey, train.
Tsimikas.
Is it Tsimikas or Tsitsipas?
Tsimikas. I think there's Tsimikas and Tsitsipas. Ooh, jeez.
be a corner. Right back now.
Oh, jeez. No, come on.
The corners in this match are gonna be outstanding.
I think they'll start turning to goals soon. You knock on the door so many times, you're. Oh, come on, that was bad. I think once Liverpool gets one in, I think Everton's gonna get deflated in. I think that would open the door for more goals to come in. What do you guys think of Trent's play so far this season?
Trent is still been good, but I don't know. I haven't looked at his stats yet, so I really can't say so much. But just from looking at him play, he's still up there, but he's not been at his best since he shaved. I don't know why he cut his roots.
I think he's playing good with the new role. I think they're deploying him in the attacking phase as a midfield, and I think that's where he thrives a lot with those long passes and short passes. So I think he's been playing good. I think we haven't seen him yet against those attackers and how he'll fare in the defending stage. I think that's what they've masked very well this season, and I think that's a good job on Klopp trying to cover that. And I think even if he meets someone as good at attacking forward to play with him, I think he'll still do better just because of the confidence he's had playing at that new role this season. I mean, he's been playing great in that role. The passes he's been making and his distribution has been really good. So I think that's a plus for him and Klopp.
Yep. Oh my, what was that, Alexander?
I mean, that's Alexander Arnold we're just talking about. He's just playing the bare minimum. The guy is just playing the bare minimum. Like he's playing the basics of soccer right now. You know that like for a player of his caliber, whom we saw the best of in the past 3 years, he's playing the bare minimum.
All right, guys, that brings us to the end of the first half. It's been a little bit.
Why did VAR not check out what happened in that penalty challenge? Why did
Check.
VAR not check that?
I think it was a quick check.
It was a quick check. It wasn't a penalty.
Yeah, I think they need to stop all these quick checks. That is how the
It was a quick check.
All right. I think we're gonna end the stream on the YouTube site for now for the first half, and then we will probably resume on the beginning of the second half. Thank you guys for watching. End stream.